effective communication with your partner can be sometimes really tricky because we've never been really instructed how to properly do it. So there's a lot of things we must understand and encounter when we are talking about it. So by this video, I just like to raise awareness of how to talk effectively, how to speak effectively with your partner, so you are happier, so you communicate better, and there's less fights and less tension and less stress. So just basically everything is much better. As I've been talking about 5 love languages, the principle is kind of extended to this thing as well, but less structured and in a slightly different way. What I mean is that every single person has a different background, has a different family that he or she comes from, and having different models that is working on. So the person is maybe more introverted than you are, more talkative, or differences like this, which leads to building habits and models of behavior. And every single person is having different ones because is having this different archetype that he's bringing with him. And in relationships, the problem is that we must make those 2 different models on the same thing come to work together. Let me give you an example. For example, my model when I'm sick, when I'm not feeling well, I want to be alone. I don't want to take anything. I just want to be quiet and do nothing so my body and my mind can cope with that thing. And my wife needs care. And there is a huge difference between these 2 models. And I'm giving her my best care by not treating her somehow. But she works on a different model. So when I'm sick, she tries to feed me with the medicines and everything that's needed for that state to get better. This is what I'm talking about. This is the same thing, like one issue, and we both look at that thing in a different way. And I'm 1,000,000% sure that every single person is experiencing that. But how to resolve that? Let me talk about it in a minute. Hi everybody, Martin here. I know it's a little bit late introduction, but hi again. Can you relate to this problem? Please leave me a comment down below. Maybe what is the thing that you can't find a compromise about, or what do you just feel about the topic that I'm talking right now? I'll be very happy hearing from you, and I feel like if you maybe like that topic, you might hit that like button. And I'm diving in the video. I'm not diving in, I'm just going on talking. So how to actually find that topic? Because maybe when you are in the position where you are just watching that video and maybe you start thinking about what is that thing that needs this sort of understanding and awareness about communication. So the first thing I want to say is that when there is a congruency in behavior, there is no need to point at that behavior. So the behavior that nobody points at is fine, you don't need to think about it that much. But whenever there is a difference between those 2 perspectives or framework, that partner is going to point at that. So think about behaviors, habits, models, or whatever it is that your partner is pointing at. In our relationship, me and my wife, in my marriage, it is, for example, that taking care of the other person when you are sick. So you might think about anything, I don't know, maybe cleaning socks or folding towels or whatever it is that the other person is bringing to your attention. So that is the first thing. Whenever there is a pointing at some sort of behavior, it is because it's painful and because the other person has a different perspective on that thing. So that's the first sign that you must start paying attention. The second really important and crucial step is not to get offended by the fact that the other person bring that up. It's really important to understand that your partner is just pointing at the thing that he feels like should be done in a different way. So don't get offended, just accept that it is just bringing to awareness thing, and it requires talking through, actually communicate that thing out. And the third point, here comes the solution. You must talk. You must ask your partner that brings some sort of behavior, what's your expectations from me to do it? What's your way to do it? Let me understand what do you want from me, because when we start talking about something, we actually might find out that we are not talking about the same thing, or we just are not clear on the issue that is being there. So ask about it and listen, and don't like take it as an something that you get offended with or by, but just something that the other person feels from the inside and is used to do it that way. And then it's ideal for you to share your expectations and your models of behavior that you want to do that way. So for example, when I be talking about that folding towels, so you do 3 folds on that side, and then you make a half fold, and your partner wants to do a half fold, and then three folds, smaller ones. So you need to communicate that issue and understand that you both are not doing that way of folding to offend that other person, to make him angry or go nuts. You just do that because you are used to do it this way. So you must communicate that, you must find a compromise, and you must understand that you both are still in love with each other, preferably in love with each other. So you just want to find a solution to that, and you will find it by talking about that thing. You actually need to communicate that. That's my whole tip for here, to understand that every single person is different. And let me show you what I mean. Those my beautiful notepads that I really love. So here is my opinion, here is my wife's opinion. And to find a solution, when you overlap these, you see there are still places that are not overlapping, and it could be overlapping. So by communication, by talking about that thing, actually like communicating that issue, trying to understand each other, she is willing to compromise on this sort of position. And because I am a loving person, I'm a loving husband, I'm willing to compromise on that level. And now you see we are overlapping almost 100%. And I'm not talking it will be easy, it will be fun, it will be like fun to do, because you must change your perspective, you must a little bit adjust your model, but it's really worth it, and it's really good for a relationship, because now you are in congruence, you are building your own model, and with the time you do it, with the duration you do it, you are actually like building your own models, and then you will pass that maybe to the products of your love. And I believe that I've said all what I wanted. Please let me know if you experienced that, if you know that, or maybe if you find that video helpful. I'll be very happy talking to you, as I said. And I think if you just like that video, please like it, share it, or subscribe to the channel. I'll be happy meeting you every Wednesday. And I feel like it's all now. See you next time, guys. Bye.